Hello and welcome. It is the 20th day of September 2019, and I was just viewing the top gainer of the day, not counting markets up like 2 or 3 or 4 Satoshi. And it's not much of a gain, although it looks pretty nice on here. It's that of Tyrion, ticker symbol TNT. And well, on the 19th day, it was up 18.9%, following through with a 16.5% up move. A phenomenal move, to say the least, and yet another one of those cases where how long did it take to go from? Well, we can see that this broke out a 2 day gain because the length of these 2 days. Well, the bottom in here was like August the 5th, and it broke down from like July 28th, 29th. Well, it didn't take too long, but 7 days, last 2 days gain, and that just shows us like on a portion of those moves. But and looking at its history, I find it fascinating to say the least. It's gotten its ass kicked like so many other ones, 1500 down to 425. But the obvious moves in here, that move going down, and then just from there, this and this nice little up and down move in here, and then to make it to this high. And depending on if you have your orders in or if you're noticeable during the day, but a lot of these times, that's what happens with these moves. You get so many intraday spots, which would have been the case in here where they move up. And when you have big moves, you get all the overextensions like we had here, where the price action moves up and then it quickly gets a lot of it back, but it maintains that higher low enough to retest that. Again, not lose as fast this time, but still have losses. Okay, so now I'm trying to figure out why is it that this cross just has all these awesome moves against Bitcoin. This is just chopping back and forth. If you're trading this against Bitcoin, I mean, it's just amazing what you can be doing. But the only thing I can think of, and I don't know if this is a reason why it's doing it, but I think the answer is because it's TNT. It's dynamite. TNT, it rallies bright. TNT, it's a power node. TNT, watch it explode. Or I'm watching right now. You can be watching it explode. I'm using a little bit of a very quick chorus parody of AC/DC and the song TNT. But as it goes amongst this is what it looks like on the hourly time frame. So as far as ratio trading this, let's just take a look at this against some other coins. First, some of my favorites. Started with Litecoin, and on the hourly time frame, because it's on the right hand side, of course it's going down. Moving it to the daily, we can see for most of the year we've had a range up north of 5,000. It's been as low as now we're entering the lower ends of about 1,500 or so. But definitely having its fair share of choppy action against that of theta. You can see more of the nice choppy action and good action of volatility. This is a spot where the January lows earlier this year at around 2 and change, making it up to 10 when theta was having its spectacular run, from over close to 12 even down to like 1.3 up to 4.15, and now starting to roll back as, of course, TNT having a power node. I just trying to rhyme words, of course, with the song, and then the rhyming with power load, which is in that one. But anyway, definitely nice volatility in here. Against Chainlink, this is one that was up to 80 just recently, now down half its value to 42, and up from this area in 22. But you just look at this nice choppy action this way as well, as you have this move do all of these wonderful things, this high, this low, and just all of these higher low situations, which can enable flipping coins back and forth. This high is 63, this low is 48. So the differential of just this high to this low, which is just one small move along the way, is about 14 or so basis points. And that's still a good like 25-30% volatility, just this Though, of course, throwing aside this move in here going from 22 to that of 80, that's like a 4x move, and that's not much, but Chainlink, of course, has been doing well. We could take it from this low or from late last year. We've seen it go from 10 up to 78, and all of this pattern of higher lows is Chainlink has been overperforming it. But of course, with the 2 day gain, TNT, its dynamite power, has been beating mostly everything else lately, which is 2 days. And I will be following this Bitcoin dominance attempt, but there's still nothing much to follow or nothing to update as I still follow this, or the following doesn't change anything. Okay, we've had this support established. Are we going to have any type of real correctionary phase? Because we've had just a little bit, barely much for price, and of course we know you know how much time is going to be, but it hasn't been that long, just a couple of days of going sideways, or in other words, another not even close to hitting the 18 average via that of time or price. And of course, it takes several days, more like 9, 10. Although I should calculate on a base standard level, if it just stays at these prices, how long it would take. But I would guess about 9 days or so, 8, 9 days to correct it through time and then through price again, or at least going the opposite direction. Hasn't done so in a while. Short term, the way you look at it, well, do we have continuation going lower in here? Well, the easiest way of saying it, if you see weakness going in here and you have to use a shorter term analysis to do so, well, then that can give you indication. So let's take a look at this on the single hour. And within it, obvious major level of resistance, obvious double hit level of support, and it's within that range. The 18 average had a shot to get this thing back going after a small correctionary move in here on yesterday afternoon or late morning. Didn't do it. And it has since, just attempting it now, been unable to get below the 18 average of lows. But it also was not able, and having heavy test at previous resistance area at one time at the 1300 hours timestamp piercing above, but obviously having tremendous amount of breaks. But 1900 hours, interesting, as we can see that in this case here, that altcoins going up slash Bitcoin going down is the verdict. So as far as in its attempt, do I see any type of I see band flat, and I look at the 4 steps here. I want to see if you see like stage 2 established support, like it goes down to like 69.5, and then you see after it does that that it either continues perplexing lower to below this level, or it comes up to the 18 high, starts to roll back down. Maybe it comes down to, as an example, it does something like this, comes down, and then either via price or through time like this, and then break through whichever support it establishes. That would be the earliest indications, I think, that resumption of what has been going on recently has been the case. And getting above this just means that the daily time frame where the 18 is means that it's actually going to have a price correction. We'll see how that correction goes. That's all for me to report, and unless something big happens in the next couple hours, and even then I may not see it because I don't know if I'll be watching the markets for the rest of the night. I'll be back with you on Saturday. Take care. Bye bye.